When did self-care start meaning dropping hundreds on aesthetics and beauty rituals? Like, how could you possibly be caring for yourself if you're ruining your finances and getting stuck in the rat race of never feeling like you're prettier enough and always chasing a prettier version of yourself? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariana Solis, and here we talk all about self-improvement, self-reflection, finding balance in our lives, and of course fitness. If you are into any of those, do not forget to subscribe so that we can stay connected and embark on this leveling up journey together. So self-care and beauty are often conflated, but they are not the same. Today I want to express how consumerist trends and societal pressures have hijacked our idea of self-care, why this is extremely problematic, and what self-care truly means. If you were to go on TikTok and search up self-care, what would pop up? Actually, let's do it right now. Extremely focused on aesthetics. It's focused on a lot of expensive habits and rituals, and it's focused a lot on beauty. It's focused on glowing up. Lipo. I think it is safe to say that social media equates self-care to beauty rituals, beauty maintenance, skincare routines, hair removal routines, lipo, lip filler, spa treatments, these very lavish luxury things. Listen, in 2022, the beauty industry generated 500 billion globally, and much of it was branded on self-care. Even like the advertisements that we see, treat yourself, self-care day, like these companies know what they're doing. And you know, if you have the money for it, great, but a lot of us, we don't have the money for it, but we think that we need to go through these expensive rituals, we need to buy these expensive items, be very luxurious or feel very luxurious in order to take care of ourselves. Like, that is now the standard. These really expensive products and services are now seen as essential necessities. And it's not a new concept to say that companies profit off of insecurities. They like to suggest that self-worth is somehow tied to product use. If you love yourself enough, you will give yourself or allow yourself access to these very expensive essentials. And listen, enjoying these products and services, it's okay. You know, I am not going to demonize them, but that alone is not self-care. And let us not get it twisted, and let us take back the narrative. At the end of the day, beauty maintenance reinforces societal standards of femininity. The hair removal, because girls are not supposed to have hair. The lipo, because girls are supposed to have very thin and fragile little arms. The nails, because girls are supposed to have very pretty nails all the time. And while, you know, sometimes I do agree that adding these routines can increase your confidence a little, can make you feel put together. I mean, I have my nails done, hello. But we cannot forget about the let me say that right, the hedonic treadmill, which is how we quickly return to a baseline level of happiness no matter how much we consume. And think about it. Even like in kids, I remember I like learned this at first when I was a kid, or I realized this when I was a kid, and I would want a toy and I would beg my parents for this new toy. I would finally get it and I'm like, dang, I've been wanting this for months. I've been begging my parents for months. I have this toy. It's cool, but I have it now. Like, and there's nothing special about it, right? It just blends in with all my other toys. And it's the same thing. If you start getting your nails done every single month, like, okay, when I first got these, this was the first set I got in a long time, right? The first actually like set with designs that I've ever gotten. I felt like such a baddie. I was like, oh my god, I am so put together. Look at me. Who is she? Who is this diva? And now I look at them and I'm like, oh my god, they get stuck in my hair because they're ready to come off. They're just like, whatever. People come to me like, oh my god, I like your nails. And I'm like, oh yeah, thanks. But you see how we start getting used to whatever it is that we start buying. And so we have to remember that material consumption is not a long-term solution for well-being. When I was super insecure in high school, I would watch like these glow up. Before, it wasn't even called self-care. It was called glow up. How to reinvent yourself, how to transform your appearance, how to glow up overnight. And I would look at these videos and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I need to do that. And it makes sense because when we think about stuff like the Cinderella or Ugly Betty or the what is it, The Princess Diaries, where she like transforms overnight. It's with Anne Hathaway. It's like they equate these transformations. Wow, she's suddenly so beautiful, and suddenly she's worth more because she is so beautiful now. Even when we look at trends like the clean girl aesthetic, which emphasizes just polished, attainable perfection, like we are wired to want to look different. We are wired to want to glow up because we think that we will suddenly be worth more. We will suddenly be perceived as more valuable when we attain this like better version of ourselves. And so back then when I was in high school, I started doing my eyebrows, I started doing my makeup, I started doing all these things where I just thought that I was gonna glow up. Even though I was a little bit prettier, like if you look at me now versus the high school version of me, it's like jump scare, right? I was pretty, but it did nothing for my confidence. It did nothing for my own perception, my own self-worth. It did nothing for that. And that is because it's like when we do these things that we call self-care, right? The skincare routines, all of these things, slapping a band-aid over everything, that is not going to fix our problems. Self-care means taking care of yourself with an emphasis on your inner self, healing your traumas, journaling, practicing how to just overcome your anxiety, overcome your limiting beliefs. And yes, sometimes feeling put together, putting your makeup on, getting your nails done, it can help you show up as the confident version of yourself to tackle those challenges. But ultimately, it honestly just has everything to do with like the amount of inner work that you do. So real self-care involves doing things that nurture your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. And these are going to be approaches that will transform you over the course of months or many years. When you're taking care of yourself, you're committing to a lifelong journey. This can look like journaling to express your emotions, journaling to get to know yourself better, therapy to work through challenges and past traumas, exercise to build strength, resilience, to be healthier, and to build a natural confidence. Setting boundaries, setting boundaries to protect your energy, which is everything. If you do your makeup every day, you get ready and you look bomb as f***, you are that baddie and you know it, but you're constantly letting people degrade you. You're constantly saying yes when you just got nothing in the tank. You're constantly letting people walk all over you. It doesn't matter how put together you look. It doesn't matter how put together you feel. You will ultimately at the end of the day feel like shit because you need those boundaries to protect your energy. And lastly, engaging in restful, introspective, and personal growth practices. There are so many of us, and I have been guilty of it in the past, and that's why I'm speaking about it, right? But we do our makeup, we change our skin, we get rid of our acne, we start doing our hair, we always look good, body is tea. And then we don't even know ourselves. We don't know our values. We don't know what we like, what we don't like. We don't have hobbies. We just spend the whole day scrolling on our phones or going with the flow. And just like if somebody asks you to hang out, you're like, yep. Somebody tells you to go here, yep. Because you have no sense of direction. Why are we prioritizing the external over the internal? It's time we shift it, or at least find a balance to prioritize both. And I just want to end it here by saying that, you know what, beauty routines can be enjoyable, can be helpful, can give you a boost of confidence at times, but they cannot replace real self-care. True self-care is about meaningful, sustainable actions that support your well-being. It is in the name. Self-care is just taking care of yourself. Think of it as like when you're taking care of a child. I would say just the smallest part of it is making sure they look good, making sure they're well dressed, they have a cute little outfit. Like, who cares about that? When you're raising a child, it's like, or have they been fed? Am I giving them proper nutrients? Am I giving them exercise? Am I helping them build healthy habits so that they can become successful adults? That is what raising a child looks like. That is what taking care of a child looks like. So it is the same thing for you. Your appearance should honestly be a very minuscule part of self-care. So I just really want you guys to remember that self-care is not something you can buy. It is something that you build. Other than that, that was all that I had for you guys today. I hope this inspired you to rethink your self-care practices. And I really hope that this inspired you to actually take care of your inner self, because I think that could yield so much more positivity than taking care of your outward appearance can. Comment down below any experiences you have, because I would love for us to just relate to one another. We are all going through the same journey, and if you have any tips that could help another person who is going through something that you already overcame, please share them down below. Like this video if you found it insightful, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this, because all I truly want to do with my channel is help us level up and grow together. But yeah, until next time, bye.